It's not uncommon nowadays to see someone who's struggling with a mental health problem. Especially now because of lockdown, people being forced to stay in their homes. Very few people actually realise how important mental health is. Not only can it affect the way people think, but it affects the way people act and deal with various situations. It may affect people's mood and overall can have some very serious consequences if not treated or at the very least recognised. There are certain types of people that are at a higher risk of suffering with mental health problems, such as people with disabilities, LGBTQ+, war veterans, and, as previously mentioned, the elderly and adolescents. How important do you think it is for people to know about mental health?
We now know it's so much more than just someone being a little bit sad or where people used to kind of dismiss mental health issues before. We know that it affects so much of who you are as a person in your day-to-day life. For example, things like depression, where it has actual physical side effects like not eating, not drinking, not sleeping. It just goes to show like how closely linked mental health is with physical health and with all the other aspects of your life. And even things like, we have now started to try and address patients' issues like in a more holistic way, is what we call it. So basically tackling, yes, their physical health issues. For example, if you've got diabetes, I'll give you medicines for your diabetes. But we also try and look at what are the other things going on in their life that's making that happen. And so for a lot of people, mental health is a really important one, where they don't have self-esteem, or they don't care about themselves, or they are depressed. They won't look after their physical needs, they won't eat and drink properly. And we now know that's really closely linked. So that's why I think it's so important that we tackle those things just from that medical side of things. People who are very clinically depressed or have other issues can get low, and when you get to that point of your life, either there's nothing else to do, they don't know where to go, and for some people the only option they have is to end their lives. And for me, just being able to give some awareness and explain these things to patients or even to friends and to talk to them about it, they feel a little bit less alone, and they're more likely to reach out and get help when they are in those positions. And so I think mental health awareness is super important because of that, because it reduces a little bit of that stigma and makes it easier for people to get help when they need to.
So as you can see, mental health is not something to be taken lightly and just brushed off as not that serious. It is very serious and affects a lot of people. According to a PDF published by mind.org.uk, more than half of adults and over 2/3 of young people have said that their mental health has gotten worse during lockdown. As you can see, mental health is very important and should be taken a lot more seriously by a lot more people. But even in these tough times, there are things that you can do to help and start feeling better, such as playing games together with friends, going for a walk, doing meditation, or even just talking to someone. So even if you don't know anyone, or think that you don't know anyone that is suffering from mental health problems, just talk to them. Ask them about their day. Ask them how they're doing. Just talk to them. Because mental health is a lot more serious than just being a bit sad.